Well, a really good evening and welcome to our quiz. We're back again. It's been months since we did the last one and so many of you joined in. So a huge welcome to you. My name's Sean Skinner. If you don't know me, I look after all the youth work for St Giles and St George's Ashtead. We are SGSG Youth. But this quiz tonight is great for teenagers. It's great for families as well. And Tearfund, an international aid charity, have been responsible for putting this together. And during tonight, there will be a chance to support their work if you want to. So first of all, what I'd love you to do is you need a team name. You need a spokesperson for that team. And I want you to text your team name and the number of players on your team to the number you see on your screen. That's 07387 015 644. So your team name and the number of players to that number. Whilst you're sorting that out amongst yourselves, I hope you've all been able to join in and connect. To tell you how it's going to work, we're going to do two halves of 3 rounds each. There's going to be a music round, a history round, sport, geography, films, and the natural world. And how each round is going to work is the questions will be read out, and then they'll also be repeated and shown on the screen. At the end of the round, you won't have very long to deliberate or concur any answers. So very quickly after the end of the round, you'll get a logo appear on the screen and then it will say answers. At that point, you need to have finalised everything you've put down because then our hosts will read out the answers for you. If that all makes sense, and I hope it does because looking at my phone, a couple of people have already text in some very interesting team names. And by the way, we'd always planned to do this quiz on this time. It just so happens that obviously it's lockdown again, and maybe quizzes are the things we do in lockdown. A reminder also that this is all for fun because you're all at home, and I know that you can use Google. I will admit that I have also done the same during a quiz, but it makes me feel better knowing the answers. And if that's what makes you feel better as well, then go right ahead. But if you can avoid cheating, avoid asking Google and Alexa the answers, then that'd be brilliant because we'll get actually some realistic scores. But hopefully, like I said, this has been designed for you guys. So the questions are, some are easy, some are hard, but they shouldn't be too challenging. You should know quite a few of them. So you need to get in the ready position. We're going to go over to the quiz in a few moments' time. If you haven't done so already, text your team name and the number of players to 07387 015 644. I'm going to hand over to the Tearfund team for 3 rounds, and then I'll be back with you after that. There'll be some prompts on the screen as well, but we'll see you soon.
It's the 14th of November,
which can mean only one thing.
It's time to get your quiz heads on.
Welcome to the big
quiz night. Welcome to the Big Quiz Night 2020. I'm Lisa, and you're one of thousands of people taking part in Tearfund's Big Quiz Night across the UK, all with the aim of ending extreme poverty. Tearfund works in over 50 countries around the world, responding to disasters and helping communities to discover that the answer to poverty is within themselves. By supporting Tearfund tonight, you are helping make a difference to people such as Alea. For Alea and others like her, poverty is a huge barrier that stops them from enjoying life in all its fullness, a life that enables people to thrive, not just survive.
Ine ndina Alea, nizaka 23. Ndimavura njala. Ndimavura ndimavura njala, ndimarereka lina chimanga chimarengera madzi. Tinja wake ndi wachiwidzi. Ndifori mtsinjewo ulibe mirengo mpheperemo. Urakhala ndi mirengo, ndichimakijereka tikalima, madaja amakakokolola.
Malawi is affected by hunger because of changing weather. There are times when we have excessive rainfall. In a very short period, we have too much rainfall. It causes flooding, washing away people's crops. Sometimes we have also a dry spell. Rains just stop. Therefore, the crops, they lack water to be sustained in terms of crop development. So these two situations, they are affecting people's farming, leading to hunger.
We'll be hearing more about Alea's story later, but for now, let's meet our fantastic quiz masters who'll be bringing us all the questions.
I'm Virginia Luckett and I'm in beautiful West Dorset.
Hi, I'm Seth Pinnock from London, UK. I'm the Head of African and Caribbean Engagement here at Tearfund.
Hello, my name's Ian and I'm the Internal Communication and Engagement Manager at Tearfund. I live in Bristol.
Hi, my name is Gemma and I am on the coast in Northern Ireland.
Hey everyone, I'm Gideon and I'm in Little Sandhurst in Berkshire.
Hi, my name is Hayley Damon and I'm in Peckham, London.
Thank you, quiz masters. I'm looking forward to putting my knowledge to the test, and I hope you are too. So sharpen your minds, get your pencils ready. Let's get quizzing.
Thanks, Lisa. Now in this round, you've got to guess the missing words from these famous lyrics. Question number 1. Ed Sheeran, the A-Team. White lips, pale face, breathing in. Hint, wintry flutter. That question again. Ed Sheeran, the A-Team. White lips, pale face, breathing in. Hint, wintry flutter. Question number 2. Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. What is a burning thing and it makes a fiery ring? Hint, it's all you need. And that question again. Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. What is a burning thing and it makes a fiery ring? Hint, it's all you need. Question number 3. ABBA, I have a dream. If you see the wonder of a hint, it's a grim story. That question again. ABBA, I have a dream. If you see the wonder of a hint, it's a grim story. Question number 4. Baby Shark, at last. Hint, locked away. And that question again. Baby Shark, at last. Hint, locked away. Question number 5. Oasis, Champagne Supernova. Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a hint, Rock on, Tommy. That question again. Oasis, Champagne Supernova. Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a hint. Rock on, Tommy. Question number 6. Tom Jones. It's not unusual to go out at any time. Ba-da-da-da-da. But when I see you out and about, it's such a hint, it never pays. And that question again? Tom Jones. It's not unusual. It's not unusual to go out at any time, but when I see you out and about, it's such a hint, it never pays. Question number 7. Auld Lang Syne by Robert Burns. We'll take a cup o' yet for Auld Lang Syne. Hint, a random act. And that question again? Auld Lang Syne by Robert Burns. We'll take a cup o' yet for Auld Lang Syne. Hint, a random act. And that's the end of the music round. The answer to question 1 is snowflakes. The answer to question 2 is love. The answer to question 3 is a fairy tale. The answer to question 4 is safe. The answer to question 5 is cannonball. The answer to question 6 is crime. The answer to question 7 is kindness. Right, so that's the end of the music round. Let us know where you're quizzing from by using the hashtag #BigQuizNight. And be sure to share your pictures on social media. Back to you, Lisa.
We often look at the future, but how much do we remember the past? Here's Gemma in Northern Ireland bringing us the history round.
Thanks, Lisa. Question 1. Which monarch was crowned Queen of Scotland at just 9 months old? That question again. Which monarch was crowned Queen of Scotland at just 9 months old? Question 2. During the 10 plagues of Egypt, what amphibians did the Lord use to afflict the Egyptians? That question again. During the 10 plagues of Egypt, what amphibians did the Lord use to afflict the Egyptians? Question 3. French fashion designer Coco Chanel is best known for introducing the world to the little black dress. She launched her first perfume in 1921. What was it called? That question again. French fashion designer Coco Chanel is best known for introducing the world to the little black dress. She launched her first perfume in 1921. What was it called? Question 4. Which stone found in 1799 proved to be the key to deciphering the ancient Egyptian writings called hieroglyphs? That question again. Which stone found in 1799 proved to be the key to deciphering the ancient Egyptian writings called hieroglyphs? Question 5. Achilles was famous for fighting in the Trojan War, but what was his nationality? That question again. Achilles was famous for fighting in the Trojan War, but what was his nationality? Question 6. In which city was the British passenger liner RMS Titanic built? That question again. In which city was the British passenger liner RMS Titanic built? Question 7. In 1923, the Ottoman Empire dissolved. What country did it become? That question again. In 1923, the Ottoman Empire dissolved. What country did it become? And that is the end of the history round. Answer to question 1 is Mary, Queen of Scots, and will accept any combination. Answer to question 2 is frogs. Answer to question 3 is Chanel number 5. Answer to question 4 is the Rosetta Stone. Answer to question 5 is Greek. Answer to question 6 is Belfast. Answer to question 7 is the Republic of Turkey, and will accept Turkey. And those are all the answers for the history round. I hope you smashed it. Back to you, Lisa.
I think I'm warming up. I did so much better there. Right, on to the next round, sports.
Hi, my name is Gideon and I'm in Berkshire, and I'm going to be bringing you the sports round. Question 1. Which male tennis player has won the most Grand Slam singles in history, including a record 8 Wimbledon titles? And here's the question again. Which male tennis player has won the most Grand Slam singles titles in history, including a record 8 Wimbledon titles? Question 2. The Rugby World Cup, the World Championship for men's rugby union teams, takes place every 4 years. The most recent edition was held in 2019, Which East Asian country hosted it? And here it is again for you. The Rugby World Cup, the World Championship for men's rugby union teams, takes place every 4 years. The most recent edition was held in 2019. Which East Asian country hosted it? Question 3. Megan Rapinoe, 35, won the Ballon d'Or Femina and Best FIFA Women's Player of the Year in 2019. She is a gold medal Olympian and 2-time World Cup champion with which country's football team? Here's the question again. Megan Rapinoe, 35, won the Ballon d'Or Femina and Best FIFA Women's Player in 2019. She is a gold medal Olympian and 2-time World Cup champion with which country's football team? Question 4. In bowling, what type of bird gives its name to the term used for 3 consecutive strikes? And again, in bowling, what type of bird gives its name to the term used for 3 consecutive strikes? Question 5. Which NBA player, commonly considered the greatest basketball player of all time, also tested out a career in baseball in 1994? Here's the question again. Which NBA player, commonly considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time, also tested out a career in baseball in 1994? Question 6. A score of 3 under par on a single hole in golf is named after which large seabird? And again, a score of 3 under par on a single hole in golf is named after which large seabird? Question 7, last question of the round. Which famous athlete, who allegedly threw his Olympic gold medal into a river as a statement against discrimination, is known for the quote, "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," which he said described his boxing style? One more time. Which famous athlete, who allegedly threw his Olympic gold medal into a river as a statement against discrimination, is known for the quote, "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," which he said described his boxing style? And that's the end of the sports round. The answer to question 1 is Roger Federer. The answer to question 2, Japan. The answer to question 3, the United States of America football team. Answer to question 4, a turkey. Answer to question 5, Michael Jordan. The answer to question 6, an albatross? And finally, the answer to question 7, Muhammad Ali, or will also accept Cassius Clay. Those were the answers for the sports round. I hope you did well.
Well, that's the end of the sports round. Thanks to Gideon. Right, let us know where you're quizzing from by using the hashtag #BigQuizNight on social media, and don't forget to share your pics with us. We are now going to find out more about Alea and how the money that you've raised tonight goes towards supporting people just like her in lifting themselves out of poverty.
Makalana, ndineo, ndabam. Zero butisi vesiku vere manguja gamodzi. Ndi mava kubwereka. Mimba mama ndibwereka ndakanija ntima kunjenjemera. Ndi mava kubwerenga. Simwana jalulira akulira ndi njala magena ndinosowejwa. Sizukugenda ifoja chani. Chifoja kandi cha madzi. Madzi cha madzokola chakudya chija. Akakuti madzi cha bubwekola zakudya zija. Tose likazokhala pampantendere. Because of Gandhi General and our Kazumwalina, and Gabes, a bunch of Yamaki, so you saw. Yes, I name my Pangava Mudzipa Combatu, Ima 1 and years 11 Jivanja. Timam of them Hambuja, Rambuya Mukugi.
Alaya is in desperate situation. The means she relies on for food and income is failing again and again. To help communities that are affected by changing weather, Tearfund and our partner, Assemblies of God, are teaching them better ways of farming so that they can farm smarter. We are also teaching them business skills, beekeeping, livestock production, particularly on goat and chicken rearing. This is very, very, very important because it provides families with alternative so that they are able to sell livestock or honey and then have money which they use it for when they have hunger.
What a powerful and moving story. We have the opportunity to change things for Alea. We saw in the film that £16 releases 2 households like Alea's by giving them 5 kilograms of weatherproof seeds to produce an abundant harvest. By giving tonight, you will enable our church partners to provide the vital long-term support that Alea and others need to lift themselves out of hunger. Please support Alea and give what you can by donating to your host Just Giving page. For those joining us on the live stream, the link will be in the chat box and on your screen now. And that's the end of our first half, and now it's time for a break. So why don't you grab yourself a cuppa and a great snack, and we'll be back together in 5 minutes.
Well, I thought this would be a great time to give you an update on the scores. Well done so far to all our teams. And, oh man, are these really impressive scores. The 4 Musketeers with a clean sheet of 7 in each round. 100% marks. I never got that on a maths test, so well done for you. So we're seeing some good, strong consistency here. And it's really, really close. So 3 points in it between the 4 Musketeers at the top and Quisterius down at the bottom. Can I also say I just love the names? I think Sammy Stinks is in reference to an animal, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. Quality P, Lockdown Losers, 4 Musketeers, love that name. Apart from you've got one too many, but that's okay. We'll forgive you for that. So I now have 3 minutes and 52 seconds to fill you with some what I would call mindless banter, but you would probably just call mindless. So I thought I'd bring you some killer, fun, random, obscure facts. So First of all, did you know, for all those budding artists out there, that competitive art used to be a thing? Yeah. So in the Olympics, in between 1912 and 1948, they awarded medals in sculpture, music, painting, and architecture. Sounds made up, doesn't it? What are other things? The acronym OMG, you might think is really recent, but apparently it comes back all the way to 1917 and appeared in a letter to a member of parliament. How's that? To any of you pet owners out there, I own a cat, and I am allergic to, I thought all cats, but all cats apart from my cat, apparently. But did you know that some cats, although it's really uncommon, are actually allergic to humans? Yeah. So just like we're allergic to their hair, they're also allergic to our hair. Weird, isn't it? What else have we got in the interesting facts? Oranges, they're not really a natural thing. They kind of came out of a join up as a hybrid between a tangerine and something else. What else have we got? I mean, there are some very strange facts on this list. The classic Dr. Seuss story, Green Eggs and Ham, originally grew out of a bet with his editor that he could not create a book using fewer than 50 different words. I didn't know that. Do you know there are only 50 words in Green Eggs and Ham? I now have to find a copy and count and double check that that information to verify it. But imagine writing a book with less than 50 words. Now I'm not super creative at writing, but I reckon 50 words I might be able to do that. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, the facts started really good on this list and gradually getting worse. Here we go. Queen Elizabeth is a trained mechanic. Yes, Queen Lizzie is a trained mechanic. When she was 16, she joined what was then the British employment agency called the Labour Exchange, where she learnt the basics of how to repair trucks, including changing tyres and repairing engines. That's pretty cool. I don't think she has to do that as much now. She is also a car lover. She has vintage Rolls Royces, Daimlers, Bentleys, and other brands considered to be worth probably about £10 million. But she's the Queen. Okay, one last fact. Dolphins have names. There you go. Dolphins have names for each other. So that's our pretty clever dolphins using distinctive and unique whistles to distinguish between different members of their pod. Well, there you go. That's some facts. You can tell why I get other people to do these quizzes. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. If you're not at the telly, come back quick. You got 5 seconds. I'll keep popping up the scores during this second half, and we'll see you again in a bit.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the first half and had a great break. I can see competition is building. It's so exciting. Well done. Let's get stuck into the second half. Here's Ian with the geography round.
Thanks, Lisa. Question 1. Nippon is another name for which East Asian country? So that question again. Nippon is another name for which East Asian country? Question 2. Which of the Channel Islands is the largest? So that question again. Which of the Channel Islands is the largest? Question 3. Which city is situated in 2 continents, Asia and Europe? So that question again. Which city is situated in 2 continents, Asia and Europe? Question 4. In which northeastern US state is Harvard University? So that question again. In which northeastern US state is Harvard University? Question 5. Madagascar is surrounded by which ocean? That question again. Madagascar is surrounded by which ocean? Question 6. The second longest coastline after Canada is in which Southeast Asian country? So that question again. The second longest coastline after Canada is in which Southeast Asian country? And question 7. How many Great Lakes are there in North America? That question again. How many Great Lakes are there in North America? And that's the end of the geography round. The answer to question 1 is Japan. Question 2, the answer is Jersey. Answer to question 3, the answer is Istanbul, or formerly Constantinople. Question 4, Massachusetts. The answer to question 5 is the Indian Ocean. Question 6, Indonesia. And the answer to question 7 is 5. So those are all the answers to the geography round. I hope your answers were world-beating. Back to you, Lisa.
Now over to someone who's not afraid of the camera and sure to bring you fun. Introducing Virginia in Dorset, bringing you the film round.
Thanks so much, Lisa. Question 1. A super tough kangaroo is the name in Spain for which 2005 American family comedy film about an unusual childminder starring Vin Diesel? Hint, we call them dummies. That question again. A super tough kangaroo is the name in Spain for which 2005 American family comedy film about an unusual childminder starring Vin Diesel? And if you remember the hint, we call them dummies. Question 2. Big Liar is the name in China for which 1995 historical drama about an American president starring Anthony Hopkins? Hint. Tricky Dicky. That question again. Big Liar is the name in China for which 1995 historical drama about an American president starring Anthony Hopkins? Hint. Tricky Dicky. Question 3. Vaseline is the name in Argentina of which 1978 American musical romantic comedy film? Hint. Oh, yes, indeed. That question again, if you can bear it. Vaseline is the name in Argentina of which 1978 American musical romantic comedy film? Hint. Oh, yes, indeed.
I think I can sing better than that.
Question 4. Mum, I Miss the Plane is the name in France of which 1990 American comedy film starring Macaulay Culkin? Hint. Kids Beat Bungling Burglars. That's a tongue twister. That question again. Mum, I Miss the Plane is the name in France of which 1990 American comedy film starring Macaulay Culkin? Hint. Kids Beat Bungling Burglars. Question 5. It's Raining Falafel is the name in Israel for which 2009 American computer animated science fiction comedy? Hint. IKEA's most favourite dish. That question again. It's Raining Falafel is the name in Israel of which 2009 American computer animated science fiction comedy? Hint. IKEA's most favourite dish.
Foreign movie names are so much better sometimes. This one really had me cracking up.
Question 6. The Teeth from the Sea is the name in France of which 1975 American thriller film starring Roy Scheider? Hint. You're gonna need a bigger boat. That question again. The Teeth from the Sea is the name in France of which 1975 American thriller film starring Roy Scheider? Hint. You're definitely gonna need a bigger boat. And our last question for this round, question 7. Meetings and Failure in Meetings is the Portuguese name of which 2003 comedy drama starring Bill Murray? Hint. This could certainly be the title of this round. Last question again. Meetings and Failures in Meetings is the Portuguese name of which 2003 comedy drama starring Bill Murray? Hint: it could be the title of this round. And that, my friends, is the end of the film round. The answer to question 1 was the pacifier. The answer to question 2 was Nixon. Well done if you got that one. The answer to question 3, it couldn't have been anything else but Greece. The answer to question 4 was, you guessed it, Home Alone. The answer to question 5, it wasn't falafels. It was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And the answer to question 6 was Jaws, of course. And the last answer to question 7 was Lost in Translation. Well done. If you've got any or all of those right, congratulations.
From the bustling city of London, here's Heidi taking us back to nature with the Natural World Round.
Thanks, Lisa. Question 1. Which is the only bird known to be capable of flying backwards? That question again. Which is the only bird known to be capable of flying backwards? Question 2. One of Peppa Pig's best friends is called sheep. And that question again. One of Peppa Pig's best friends is called sheep. Question 3. Bees are found on every continent on Earth except for one. Which? That question again. Bees are found on every continent on Earth except for one. Which? Question 4. Iguanas have 3 of something that most animals have only 2 of. What is this? That question again. Iguanas have 3 of something that most animals have only 2 of. What is this? Question 5. Lemurs are native to what African island nation? That question again. Lemurs are native to what African island nation? Question 6. What US state is the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles exist together naturally in the wild? That question again. What US state is the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles exist together naturally in the wild? Question 7. Pakistan and Syria share the same national flower, which can be used to flavour tea. What is it? That question again. Pakistan and Syria share the same national flower, which can be used to flavour tea. What is it? And that's the end of the Natural World round. The answer for question 1, the hummingbird. The answer for question 2, Susie. The answer for question 3, Antarctica. The answer for question 4, eyes. The answer for question 5, Madagascar. The answer for question 6, Florida. The answer for question 7, jasmine. And those are the answers for the Natural World round. I hope you did brilliantly. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Heidi. And that's the end of the quiz. How did you do? Were you able to get lots of good points? Some of those rounds were definitely harder than others. We do have time for just one final message from our wonderful quiz masters.
Thank you for being a part of the Big Quiz Night.
And helping to lift people out of poverty.
If you haven't given yet, there's still time.
Visit your host's Just Giving page.
Or, if you're on the live stream, click on the link in the chat box or on your screen now.
God bless. See you next year. Bye.
Okay, so the scores are coming in for the final round. And I'm just going to top them up now. Okay, the last one's coming in. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hide the scoreboard for a second. So that you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, it was very close up until those last couple of rounds. And you all did a lot better in the first 3 rounds than you did in the second 3 rounds. Okay, so we've got a score of... Okay. Okay, lockdown losers going in. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. The scores have been totted up, and it is very close. This is what the final scores are. Sammy Stinks, congratulations. You are the winners, but very closely. 4 Musketeers, you are flying through those first 3 rounds, but obviously geography was your undoing. Sammy Stinks pulling ahead there in geography in the film round. Well done for that. Lockdown losers and Quality P, though, not far behind in that kind of joint 3rd place. And Quisterius only 1 point behind them with 32 points as well. So that is really impressive. Thank you for joining. Tearfund have also done this little totalizer so that we can see how many people have been taking part tonight. So if I just click that, we'll be able to see how many people have been involved. So there's 25 of us. and 10,000, well, nearly 11,000 people across the UK who've been taking part tonight, and 307 different churches and groups. So that's cool. You were all part of something that was a lot bigger. Thank you for those who have donated as well through the Tearfund giving link. We hit our target of, I was hoping to raise £100, and you guys have done that. So huge thanks for that. You can still give to Tearfund that way or in many other ways. Check them out on social media as well. They're a brilliant charity and great people to support. Apart from that, that brings us to the end of our evening. Thank you for joining us. We'll do another quiz some point in the new year because you guys seem to enjoy it. Hopefully, the next quiz isn't during a lockdown. That would be ideal, really, wouldn't it? But yeah, apart from that, thank you for joining us. Thank you for playing. Give yourselves a huge pat on the back. You've all done great, and we'll see you again soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.